Hi everyone, this is Leslie Juflis with Trading Live Online. We're just going to look at one chart today, and this is it up on the screen. I just updated a couple of days ago, a little bit more in depth, and that was when we had this pattern. Do you see these little dojis in here, and then a breakout to the upside? So let's talk about this. On that last video, I talked about this 0.886 retracement. And so this is where out of that little consolidation, that's where the market has traded to. You can see right here, it's been trading around it today. So we're at the day before Thanksgiving, and there's generally an upward bias the week of Thanksgiving into Thanksgiving, and then the day after Thanksgiving, when it's very low volume, trading does tend to be an up day. So at as you might remember, I had said on the previous video that when prices start to close above an 886, very often they'll trade up to the 1.0, and very often they'll exceed that and start to trade higher. In this case, we'd be looking at that 1.27. Now, sometimes what will happen, even though you get a close, it doesn't always go straight up there. Sometimes it'll meander back a little bit and then back up, sort of, maybe form a bit of a range. But we do want to be watching to see if it starts to get closes. Here's a resistance point. If it gets above there, it's going to be this little gap area right here. The low of this bar of that gap is 45.91 and the close of it is 46.01. So there's a little bit of a resistance zone for the market to get through. It's really going to be that 4600 level, 4601, that the market will need to exceed. So if you look at the horizontal cursor that I have on here from that 4600 level, you can see where that comes in on the chart. So a pop above here, and then again, maybe it finds some resistance there, and maybe it starts to do a little bit of that meandering, maybe make a range. What we don't want to see the market come back to is we don't want to see it come back and below this trend line again. Okay, so we got those levels marked in, and I went through that again on the previous video. But one thing I want to also point out is that when I was talking about buying pullbacks and it's coming back into the 50% level of long candles, that's what happened this week. So with the breakout candle here, and then yesterday was a very, very narrow range day. We seldom see ranges as contracted as what they were on Tuesday, November 21st, 2023. There was a range of only 16 and a half points, and I really can't remember the last time I saw a range that low. So that was also an inside bar. And so those were two elements for a breakout. So the market had the open here and it's trading above the open and the closes, excuse me, right now of these two bars. As we don't really want to see this, in order for this uptrend to continue, we want to watch this support area and again, coming back down below in that trend line, uh, I don't think would be healthy for the market. But there is currently, we've got here, we don't have a higher high, but we have this consolidation that was holding at a very shallow retracement. So right here on this bar, the breakout of that consolidation, that's where we started having a higher high. So if the market is to continue a pattern of higher highs and higher lows, we don't really have much of a lower low, higher high and higher lows. We don't have a higher low, sorry about that. So if we were to get a retracement down back towards this trend line, we want to see the pattern of higher highs and higher lows continue. So on pullbacks, we want to be watching some of those things. Okay, that's it for this update, and I'd like to wish you all a very happy and safe Thanksgiving. And remember, we still have an upward bias uh, into the end of this week, and we'll see where we end up closing for early next week. Have a great holiday, everyone.